This video is for you if you have one of these lying around your house that's just gathering dust and you're not using it. Maybe you're just feeling a little bit intimidated, not sure how. Maybe you've tried these different movements and you've maybe got a little bit of a tweak of an injury. That's when I thought, hey, you know what? I'll just start these little video series here just to help you realize a really simple way to transition yourself into using the kettlebell. And maybe you're already doing some of these moves and now you're just going to think about how am I recruiting my body, and then we'll go ahead and take that to the kettlebell. So we're just going to quickly do that with the kettlebell swing today. Okay, so this is going to be a quick little way that you can get your connection with your body, because that's what I believe all about. That's why I love kettlebells, is for us to make more of a connection with our body and more like treating our movement like self-care, and also, really marrying it with our mindset. And I love using the metaphor of the kettlebell being a form of resistance, which is like what we face always when we're trying to reach something new, right? So when we have a new goal and it's big and powerful, there's always just as much resistance coming on the other side of that. And so us practicing movements, maybe movements you're already doing, and you have these goals that you want to move over to this other better version of yourself, who you're meant to be. Kettlebells are going to help you do that by helping you practice how you respond to resistance. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start off on all fours. Okay, I'm just going to bring this kettlebell over here. And I want us just to be thinking about, I'm not quite in the camera there, so let me just back it up. All right, so we're just going to find ourselves on all fours, okay? We're going to think about four corners of our hands, so right where the pointer finger is, the pinky, and then right across basically on the two edges of your heel of your hand. From here, let's just go ahead and just push away the floor, okay? So just going to push away the floor, and then we're going to take a nice big inhale. Fill up your whole core, so that whole 360 all the way around, and then I want you to go ahead and exhale all the way out through your mouth. Start to feel what happens in those inhales and exhales. Let's go ahead and inhale, noticing that we're just filling up that whole canister of our core, and then we're going to exhale. Notice what's happening as we exhale, that we are getting the rib cage and the pelvis over top of each other. And we're still pushing into the floor. Let's try that again. So nice big inhale. Breathing in through your nose, and then natural pause here, and then exhale. Put your tongue to the roof of your mouth and gently, but enough that you would fog up a mirror. Pause, and then go ahead and inhale again. And then exhale. What I want you to do here is that you're now going to think about pulling your hands towards your knees. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead, push away the floor. All right, go for a nice big inhale. Exhale. Find that core strength, and now pull with pull down, like those heels of the hands are coming closer to your knees. All right, let's try and breathe from here and just feel the difference in that upper body. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. And just relax it a little bit. So what I want you to pay attention to is when I'm in this position here, I've pulled my lats down. Let's go ahead and pay attention to what's happening in here. So we'll just play a minute so you can tuck in that tailbone and then put that tailbone out. So I just want you to realize that you can freely move that. When you put your mind and body together, then you can go ahead and just make that, just that part of your body move. Okay, so let's go ahead and start to play with what we want to happen in here. So 4 corners of the hands, push, right, away from the floor, and then pull our arms down. Go for that big inhale. And I want you to think about what's happening in the tailbone here. We're gonna go ahead and exhale. And just trying to keep that pelvis, those hip bones towards the floor, okay? So we're gonna go through all that checkpoints again, okay? So 4 corners, fingers spread, push away, nice big inhale. And exhale. We're gonna go ahead and find that those hip bones are both facing in. All right, and then I just want you to raise one heel like you're gonna squeeze it up towards your heel. And then I want you to think about this crease of your hip and push it back. All right, at the same time here, we're gonna go ahead and pull that arm towards the knee, okay? All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna do that on the other side. All right, so we're just go for a quick little setup, 4 corners, push away, pull down, inhale, exhale, and then feeling like both those like headlights are at the floor, I'm gonna take this heel up, feel a little hamstring, and then I'm gonna push, crease through that hip and push that seat bone back a little bit and pull my arm, or my pull through my lats, so you're pulling through here and bringing my palm towards my knee. All right, nice big inhale and exhale. Lift the heel and then find that strength. We're just gonna do, this is a very small move, but if you get 3 of those on each side, okay? So what we've done here is we've woken up, we've primed and prepped, and now that you've watched it and maybe you don't feel it quite at first, that's okay. I want you to be kind to yourself. I want you just to realize that you, in doing your plank positions or being on all fours, it would be a really good place for you to start to make connection to your body, and you can do that in a matter of like a minute, right? You can just go ahead and get that 3 times on each side. That's a good prime, prep, and warm up. We're using our breath. We're starting to bring awareness to how we align our core. We're starting to realize how we can access some other muscles, right? Hamstrings, lats, and that's gonna be a good prime and prep, okay? So let's bring that up to a standing position, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and just bring in our arms. We can even bring them out here, start, and then bring them down. Think like you've turned them on just a little bit different than dropping them. Okay, so we're gonna come in, imagine what that feels like using that upper back. Then we're gonna go ahead, inhale, exhale. I want you to think about your feet in the same way that you thought about your hands. So the 4 corners of your feet, so at the big toe, at the pinky toe, and at both edges of your heels. Okay, and then I want you to think about driving your heel back. You can start to feel like things are turning on here, right? And then we're gonna push that bum back. Okay, we're gonna keep the shoulders above the hips here, and we're gonna keep in all those points. So we can go ahead and use our breath here. So just inhale and exhale, turn the core on and feel it, okay? And then you can go ahead and push that. Good. We can coordinate our breath with that too. So big inhale, maybe fill it out here, and then exhale up. Or we're just going to focus on keeping that core on wherever you're at. If you find adding your breath is just another thing that's making you think, why is she telling me so many things to do? I want you to pick one. I want you to practice this lots. Once you've mastered one piece of this, you come back and you do another. I want you to have fun with it, and it's just about connecting, okay? If we're coming from a place of like, if this is, am I doing it right? Or like, you know, not sure or feeling nervous, your brain won't be able to take it in. It's just making a good connection, okay? Then, this is where you can start to put that into your kettlebell, okay? So you always want to come on up and get your ankle bones right up over, okay? Right up over, or sorry, you're gonna be right up over, but your ankle bones are at the edges of where the horn is, okay? Where the handle is, all right? So from here, four corners of the feet. Nice big inhale. Exhale. I want you to think about those lats, okay? They're fired on, all right? Then we're gonna push that bum back. You can, when you get to this position, if you find you wanna feel that hamstring tension, you wanna push that seat bone out, heels are kind of driving up so you can feel that. Now let's say you get stuck, like not stuck here, but this is like, okay, I feel it, but then you can't reach, you just slightly bend your knees. Okay, and if that still feels like you can't hold all those positions, you raise the floor. I'll be right back. You can do this with books. You can do it with pillows, okay? And you could just rise up the floor. So then we're doing the same thing here, okay? Noticing you can't see the bell. The reason why? Because it's gonna allow me to put all those things that I was talking about in place. So bum's back, okay, I have a nice straight line here, rib cage is in, chin's nice and level, and then I would stand up into plank position, okay? So that's the first thing that you can do. You can stick with that deadlift, okay? And you know, maybe a good thing would be here to do is like get 10 reps, take a break, get 10 reps, take a break, do 5 rounds. Winning, right? You started something, okay? We can then start to build this back up, and I encourage you to go through these steps, even to warm yourself up, so that you can prime and prep and just always tweak and make them feel that 1% extra strength, okay? So if, let's say you were here and you started there, then you just start to lower the floor, and that's how you get yourself into that deadlift position, okay? Again, those lats want to be on. If they're not, this is maybe what happens is this bell gets out in front of my toes, and then that kind of looks like a good deadlift position, but I have leaking energy here, and guess where I'm gonna feel that? Same here, if I don't have these hamstrings on, or my lower abdominals on, where that keeping that pelvis and those seat bones, not seat bones, pelvic bones towards the floor, all those little pieces is where we can get hurt. So you know, you're in a good place if you haven't been using the kettlebell, because you don't have to undo any of these habits. You get to actually find that deeper strength within and then build on that foundation, which is lasting forever. Okay, then from here, if you want to bring this into a kettlebell swing, the next step, hey, we would come and bring 2 feet away from our bell, and then we get into this like tripod stance. So the bell's out in front. All right, we're gonna set up the same. Okay, inhale, exhale, feel that. Okay, make sure everything, feel like these glutes are on the outside. Take this bell and pull your lats down, okay? Make sure the shoulders are higher and the rib cage is tucked in. From here, you're just gonna do a pendulum swing. So you're gonna hold this and feel like you hit that up right nice and high. I'm gonna come facing forward here so you can see. So you want it to hit here. Okay, we don't want it to be down low here. All right, gonna keep this at the side, and you can give that a try. Again, play with this, put this in like a way that like feels nice and neat in your brain, like 5 reps, take 5 breaths, 5 reps, take 5 reps, yeah, like just superset that. Okay, then from here, we're gonna go ahead and add in to making this a swing. So setting things up, turn those lats on. I'm gonna come here, stand up, come back to my zipper, and then park it in control. So we wanna make sure we don't have leaking energy. So up, back where it came. Hear my breathing here. Okay, just use that breath. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And then that is another way, that's another variation. From there, if that's feeling good, feeling awesome, we can start to put these continual swings together. Okay, come on in, hinge, and then we'll just come on up, and then we would come right back to the zipper. And when you're done, you park it back. Picking it up and putting it down matters. That's why it's important to do these progressions. Like that power swing is a really good way to practice. This is how I'm gonna always put this, pick it up and put it down. Because you don't wanna do all these beautiful reps and go, oh, and then you're like, oh, what was that? Okay, so every single time that you're grabbing the bell, it is very intentional, very thoughtful, very mindful, very much in control, very much using your breath and feeling in your power to take this resistance and show it what you're gonna do with it. Okay? Awesome. So that is how you can build yourself up to a kettlebell swing. And once you have this skill and you've really mastered this whole idea of different, all pieces of your body working together, then you can start to build onto some other moves like single arm swings next, and then cleans, and then into presses and snatches. It gets really fun and you can be as creative as you want, and then you get to actually feel this flow, this combination of power and grace where you continually grow in this 1% forward growth by listening to your thoughts, right? Because your thoughts are going to really help you create what you need in your body to find a very graceful way to deal with resistance. So that's just a little piece of my philosophy and why I love using the kettlebell, because it is, not only it's strength training, and we need that to age well and build strong muscles that help us metabolize, and lose fat, and also strengthens our bones so that we don't break as we get older. But there's just a huge piece of you using your mind, because you can't really tap out in the kettlebell. You have to stay focused. You have to stay really, it's going to expose any kind of weaknesses that you have in your body. And I want you to see that as a celebration, because when you find that there's little pieces that you can work on, then we have something to grow on, rather than I'm doing all the things and they're not working. We get this kettlebell that's going to show up for you to help you get curious on where you can make these little 1% changes and make drastic changes from the inside out. And it also is from the outside in. So it's we're just finding that really deep strength. All resistance needs a push and a pull from both directions, right? In order to be standing in the right kind of balance and in its most magical place. So have some fun with this. If you have any questions, I want you to always reach out. I love giving feedback and love hearing your celebrations too on how this has helped you become more connected to your body, and in turn change your thoughts, your beliefs, and then your actions, and not just inside your exercise practice, but in your real life. How are you living to be awesome? Share it with me. How would you like to live more awesome? And you need a little bit of support, reach out to me. I'm here for you. I'm excited for you to feel the same passion that I do for living your best life, and how kettlebells can help you do that. Thank you for watching.